Welcome back, Magma Munchers. So about a week ago, the Arcane Odyssey staff created an official set of clan guidelines. Now these guidelines are worded and structured like they're the fucking law. The VTech staff are really passing legislation. Now for those of you who can't be bothered to read the clan guidelines, here's a quick summary. Clan, don't do bad thing. Angry sad face. Clan, please let VTech staff member have access to your Discord, :3. That's the TLDR of it. Now let's get on to explaining the clan guidelines. The clan guidelines are designed to essentially make sure clans aren't toxic environments, and yeah, that obviously makes sense. When thinking of a clan, I think of one of 4 types of clans. 1. The clan that's just some rando's personal bank. 2. The clan that is usually based off of a meme and is just a place for friends to affiliate themselves in game. 3. The clan that has some cringe made up Arcane Odyssey lore and is typically PvP focused. You know, focused on ruling the war seas or some shit. And finally 4. The clan that's filled with sweaty tryhards who just ruin the fun and take a Roblox game way too seriously. You know those clans where you collect a tomato, then suddenly some rando messages you saying, "I can't believe you took my tomato." Then their whole clan shows up and witch hunts you between servers, so you come off for a week. Then when you come back on after a week, they're still witch hunting you. Now these clan guidelines are obviously meant to prevent this 4th type of clan, and obviously at face value having rules that aim to prevent this sort of toxicity is obviously a good thing. But then you read how the VTech staff are trying to intervene, and immediately you begin to realize, yeah, this ain't it, chief. Immediately the rules state, the following is a set of rules, regulations and guidelines that any clan within Arcane Odyssey must adhere to both in-game and within any affiliated Arcane Odyssey Discord. This guideline document must be displayed within a channel visible to everyone. In the case of moderation, every clan will be considered to have read these rules and forfeit the excuse of not having read them. Right off the bat, these rules are intrusively designed. Rather than being in-game commonsensical rules, it instead wants you to follow these rules like they're the fucking law of the land by making you follow them outside of the game. Never should a game extend outside of itself and into what you're doing outside of it. Many clans have an official Discord that the clan members can join to make it easier for members to communicate with each other. And also so when Roblox Baconhead29 collects a tomato, you can post about it in the witch hunt channel so all of your clan members can witch hunt them between servers for the weeks to come. Just because these clan servers are Arcane Odyssey related, doesn't mean it's a part of the game itself. This is a separate entity, different from the game. Or in other words, it's external to the game. My own server, link in the description, join up, is heavily focused around Arcane Odyssey, but that doesn't mean it's Arcane Odyssey. It is its own separate community. I shouldn't be encouraged to let a VTech staff member have access to my server channels. What next? Are they going to want to see a picture of my fucking butt crack? And that's kind of what is so bad about these rules. These rules are attempting to control what you do and how you conduct yourself outside of the game. In the rules it says, 1.2. Any and all clan discords will be subject to moderation from the Arcane Odyssey moderation team. This implies the following. 1.2a. It is encouraged to allow a game moderator access to most channels during an investigation within a clan, either pertaining to the clan as a whole or an individual within the clan. Now by phrasing it as, it is encouraged to allow a game moderator access to most channels, they are avoiding directly saying that you need to give a VTech staff member access to your Discord server channels. By using the word encouraged, they are trying to imply that it isn't something you have to do. But let's be real, Phrasing like this is always used to subtly coerce people into letting it happen. So essentially, even though you can technically refuse, realistically you will feel like you're being forced to let a VTech staff member have access to your channel so they can conduct their investigation and see the pictures of your butt crack. Seriously, this is a breach of player privacy. The following sub-rules are just attempting to justify and maintain the integrity of this shambolic rule. Let's take a look at sub-rule 1.2b. 1.2b. Should a member of a clan break any of the rules mentioned above, it is to the responsibility of the leader and or individuals with moderation powers within that Discord that the individual is punished. Failure to uphold rules will result in action from a moderator on the Arcane Odyssey staff team. So essentially, they are attempting to force you to punish your clan members for what they regard as wrong. As a clan leader, sub-leader, or whatever, while you obviously have an implied role to ensure your clan isn't doing anything f***ing stupid, that's for you to dictate. Never should the VTech staff, or any other game staff for that matter, try to force what you do outside of the game. That's just intrusive and way out of line. Now, unless there's a clan that is doxing VTechs and threatening to come to his house and force him to read these cringe clan guidelines, you know, an actually threatening situation, as game staff, it's their duty to deal with matters as they happen in-game. What happens in a clan Discord is separate to what happens in-game. Game staff do not have any jurisdiction over what happens outside of the game, so stay out of what happens outside of the game. Don't create these ridiculous clan guidelines which are written as if they're the law, which are trying to force your game players to act a certain way outside of the game. Seriously, these clan guidelines need to be rewritten to only consider in-game action and how clans conduct themselves in-game. If authority is such a concern for the game staff, then the game staff should seriously consider reapproaching how they can tackle issues within the game itself. Matters should be kept within the game. Never do you extend outside of the game to attempt to show authority. Just to further prove how ridiculous these clan guidelines that attempt to encourage what you do outside of the game, the rules state 1.2. Any and all clan discords will be subject to moderation from the Arcane Odyssey moderation team. So essentially, there is no clear lining of when they will intrude themselves into what you do in your Discord server outside of the game. It's up to them. Not to mention what can be defined as a clan Discord, or even a clan for that matter. A clan is literally just a group you can make in-game, so keep all Arcane Odyssey legislation in-game. Further into the document it states 1.2c. A side clan, which consists of the same members and or leadership of a different clan, are considered part of the main clan and will be subject to the same moderation rules. The VTech staff are really trying to catch everyone with these rules. God forbid I have a dispute with my two-person clan of just me and C. The VTech staff will subject me to their moderation and take action accordingly. Now remember, at the beginning of the document it says, the following is a set of rules, regulations, and guidelines that any clan within Arcane Odyssey must adhere to, both in-game and within any affiliated Arcane Odyssey Discord. This guideline document must be displayed within a channel visible to everyone. In the case of moderation, every clan will be considered to have read these rules and forfeit the excuse of not having read them. So these rules just pop up, and now every clan has to abide by them, whether you've seen them or not. This is just ridiculous. VTech staff, if you're watching this, seriously, rewrite these rules to only affect individuals in-game and how clans conduct themselves in-game. Do not try to exert authority outside of the game. And do not try to use wording like, it is encouraged to allow a game moderator access, to try and sugarcoat forcing players into willingly letting a VTech staff member into their server. My fellow Magma Munchers, I have linked a form where you can leave your feedback on these clan guidelines directly to the VTech staff in the description of this video. Seriously, make it clear that you don't want VTech staff members to even think they have some sort of authority to protrude into what you do outside of the game. These rules are, honestly, So stupid, considering that this is a Roblox game. That's all for this video. Like, share, comment and subscribe. We're so close to 3,000 fellow Magma Munchers. Join my Discord where you won't need to worry about VTech staff members being able to see the pictures of your butt crack. Have a good one, my fellow Magma Munchers.